Hello, my name is Natalie Rivera, and I'm the Director of Operations for the Upstate Continuum of Care. I want to thank you for your interest in supporting our 2025 Point in Time Count. The Point in Time Count, or the PIT count, is an annual effort to estimate how many people are experiencing homelessness at one point in time in our continuum's geographic region. Every continuum of care across the nation must complete a point in time count at least every other January, and point in time count data is used as a component of the annual Homeless Assessment Report, or the AHAR, which informs Congress on the estimated number and demographic characteristics of persons experiencing homelessness across the United States. The AHAR is an important factor in determining federal funding available for our housing assistance programs, so it's vital that the Upstate Continuum of Care and all of our volunteers understand the importance of collecting an accurate PIT count to reflect the needs of our community. When planning the PIT count, we first must choose which exact point in time that we want to assess. In South Carolina, our point in time date, also known as our night of reference, is determined by a statewide coalition called the South Carolina HMIS Steering Committee. For the upcoming PIT count in January 2025, our night of reference will be Wednesday, January 22nd. That means that we'll be trying to estimate how many people are experiencing homelessness in the upstate on the night of Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. To make that estimation, we use two sources of information. First, we export data from our Homeless Management Information System, or HMIS. HMIS is a continuum shared database where many shelters, transitional housing programs, and permanent housing programs collect client information. We use our reporting system to determine how many people were staying in HMIS participating shelters on that one Wednesday night. But this only makes up a piece of the puzzle. We also need to figure out how many people were staying in shelters that don't use HMIS and how many people were living unsheltered, meaning on the street or in a place not fit for habitation. To account for this piece of the puzzle, we conduct surveys as our second source of information. Before every PIT count, the Upstate COC produces a survey to count people in shelters that don't use HMIS and people that are living unsheltered. This survey is designed to collect basic participant information, such as their name, date of birth, household composition, and history of homelessness. The survey takes about 5 minutes to complete, and it's entirely optional. We'll be conducting the survey between January 22nd and January 29th. The Upstate COC relies on volunteers like you to help us implement this survey. To divide and conquer the implementation of our survey, the Continuum of Care installs PIT count county coordinators. These county coordinators are responsible for determining how the survey should be used in their respective communities. For example, are you a rural county where encampments of people are spread out and you'll need to assemble an outreach team? Or are you an urban county where people experiencing homelessness congregate around available resources and you can concentrate your surveying efforts in those areas? Most counties in the upstate rely on a combination of the two. That being said, there are two types of volunteers that we need. First, if you're a service provider anywhere in the upstate and you're expecting to have contact with people experiencing homelessness during the end of January 2025, then we need your help. We ask that community service providers such as soup kitchens, faith-based organizations, healthcare providers, and shelters that don't use HMIS help us by completing the survey with anyone that you encounter during our surveying dates that's experiencing homelessness. These surveys are quick and easy, and they can be done as a voluntary component of the services that you're already providing. The second type of volunteer that we need is individuals that are willing to help support our outreach teams in bigger cities like Greenville and Spartanburg. County coordinators will organize certain shifts throughout our surveying week to count people experiencing homelessness that congregate around community services. For example, in Greenville, we'll set up some time at the main library or shifts at the local soup kitchen to conduct surveys. To divvy up surveying a large number of people in a short time frame, we need individual volunteers to help support these shifts. If you're an individual or organization that's interested in supporting the 2025 PIT count, please reach out to your local county coordinator to find out what help is needed in your community. The current contact information for our county coordinators is posted on the homepage of the COC website, upstatecoc.org. No matter how you're able to support the pit count, your contribution is invaluable. The annual pit count is our chance to tell Congress about the people experiencing homelessness in our neighborhood, including vital information, such as veterans experiencing homelessness, or persons who are homeless because of a situation of domestic violence. It's our responsibility and our privilege to represent these voices. Outside of the AHAR, pit count data is also used to inform several local reports. For example, the pit count is covered by local news sources like the Greenville Journal to spread awareness in the community. It's also used in statewide reports produced by the South Carolina Interagency Council on Homelessness. Finally, it's used by the Upstate COC and other partners to help plan for housing programs, such as identifying subpopulations or geographic areas in need. Gathering pit count data is a vital effort in our community, and again, I thank you for your interest and support. Please reach out to your local county coordinator to talk about how you can support the count. Stay tuned on this YouTube playlist for more information about our survey and some training on how to conduct the survey.